Hey there guys, it's Rick Hutzer here with Airgunweb, your home for old school airgun reviews and where we tell you the facts, not fluff. Today we got a brand new gun from a brand new product line. I am so stoked. This is the Niksan Escalade T in .22 caliber. Let's get started. Okay, so before we get to shooting, I want to remind you guys that we have a Patreon channel, and we also have the Officers Club over at airgunarmy.com. Now, we set those up. If you guys want to help support what we're doing outside the normal sponsorships, help us acquire equipment, do more testing, do more fun stuff that we don't normally get to do, well, that's where you guys can help us do it. And we just want to say thank you for your support. What we're going to do for you is we're going to give you exclusive footage, like behind the scenes exclusive stuff that you can only see there. And if you want ads-free early access to some of our longer format stuff, we're going to put it up there before it goes anywhere else. So that's the benefit, and we really just thank you guys for even considering it. And always, we thank you guys for being, viewers. So thank you so much. Today's gun, this is the Niksan Escalade T Tactical in .22 caliber. This is imported by Donny FL. You guys know Donny. I mean, we don't need to go into who Donny FL is, right? Very interesting airgun choice, I guess, for them. It's coming out of Turkey. And they got some pretty neat designs. Angie got the Elf, which is a little bullpup. I think she got it in a walnut stock. And I specifically asked for this gun because I bench shoot. That's what I do. I come out here and plink on steel targets and have fun doing it. So for me, long, heavy, none of that stuff, that doesn't matter. I don't need portability per se because I'm sitting here at the bench anyway. If there's something that like an Airgun has that like sets it apart, so we have different guns that maybe it's their price point, or maybe it's their ergonomics, or maybe it's their adjustability, or you guys get it. The guns have niches that they fall into. If there's one that this is going to fall into, it's got to be shot count. 800 and some odd changes, 830 or 840 or 850. I'll have to go look at the paperwork. cc's of air on tap. That's a lot of air that this thing has. Got two bottles, one here and one there. Fills to 250 bar, and you're going to get just a lot of shots, shot after shot after shot after shot. How many shots? Well, when we do our full review, we're going to get to that. So what are we doing today? Well, this is essentially our out-of-the-box setup. I mean, I have done a little shooting so far, and I have done a behind-the-scenes. So if you guys want to see what that was like, go check it out. Join our Patreon and or Officers Club over at Airgun Army. But I did something unusual. I actually, when I unboxed this, you guys can see that video. When I unboxed this, I just had a lot of oil on it. And when I see that, it does make me wonder, if there's oil on the outside, maybe there's oil on the inside. And I reached out to Donny FL and said, hey, should I clean the barrel? They said, we've done it both ways. It's 6 1/2 dozen the other, but it couldn't hurt. So I said, you know what? Let's just use we got our patch worm. We'll just, pull a couple of patches through and just, why not? Did that. It was actually not bad. It wasn't like filthy or crummy. It was just normal, what you'd expect in a new barrel. So I don't know if that's like the way it is all the time, but this seemed fine. All right, so what are we doing today? We're shooting steel targets. What I like to do before I get like serious with a gun, I just like to learn it. I like to shoot it, feel how it's going to react in different conditions. How's it react at 50, 75, 100 yards? How does the pellet fly? Is there a big difference? Does it lose stability at anywhere along the way? Is there something that's repeatable that I can determine, right? And I like to do that with steel targets because I get a reaction. I can see where I'm hitting. I can just go down, hit it with some spray paint. I got a brand new target, right? So that's what we're doing today. I've set up at 50 yards. I got my camera down there, and we're just going to see how she's shooting. Now, if it shoots really well at 50, then we'll stretch it to 75. If it shoots well at 75, maybe we'll take it out to 100. We'll just see how the wind's doing. I mean, I'll still shoot the wind anyway because I want to kind of get an idea of how the wind, how the wind interacts with the flight of the pellet and so forth. Sometimes some guns do better than others, even with wind. So we want to find that out, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes today. The magazines, it comes with 4, which I thought was really cool. Super deep. So I'm looking at the size of these mags, And there's like, I can almost put pellet on top of pellet and still have room. Not quite, right? But I'm kidding. But these are super deep. So if you are someone who likes like polymags or longer slug pellets or longer slugs, provided this has the power, we don't know yet because we're going to put it over the Crony, this may work really well. Now, I do know that this is not a power gun. This is a shot count bench rest gun, or bench shooting gun. And so let's see. I've got my FX Crony. I'm shooting the 18-13s today. I'm not going to try branching off into a whole bunch of pellets yet. We'll do that later. But wow, we've got a new. We've got a new version of the FX Crony software. Okay, that's cool. Let's go ahead and get our profile set up. If you don't have a Crony, let's see, edit profile, and you really like airgunning, then you really need to get a Crony, because boy, does it give you a lot of diagnostic data that really helps you understand what's going on. Wow, they have completely changed the software. This is going to take a little bit of getting used to. Home, we're connected. All right, I guess we'll get going. Now, one of the things I noticed, like straight up, is, boy, when the first time I put the magazine in, it really didn't want to go in. It has gotten better. So expect a little, have to work a little bit. I've got just a disc down there. Let's just see where we're hitting on the disc. Now I have sighted this in. Let's see if, now it was kind of lower on the pressure, but I don't really know that that's going to matter. I'm just going to leave the Crony running the whole time here. Let's see how she does. All right. Dead center, 50 yards on that little disc.
700.
Okay, definitely low. That's too low. Let's make sure it does have a transfer port adjuster. Okay, that was really low. Let's keep shooting here. It might have been over. It might have had a little too much air in it.
738.
All right. Let's go ahead and adjust. I am shooting exactly 1 mil low. Now this is an SR Pro 2 or something like that reticle from Hawk. It's a Sidewinder 6-24. I'm on 10 power. It's not first focal plane. So if I change the magnification, the spacing's definitely going to change. So I'm going to aim over 1 mil and go dead center with that 1 mil.
742. 740. 747. 740. 742.
Okay, it's about 1.5 mils there. Now, when I had this before and I was shooting, and it's going to take us a long time, I think you're going to have to find your sweet spot in the shot curve, because I think we're like way on the upswing, but the volume is so huge. It's going to take us a while to get there. So I'm thinking, why don't we go ahead and switch over to the smaller targets, and I'm a little bit left too. I've got those little spinners on the ground. Let's shoot those. Let's see how they do. And I'm at 7 shots. I got 5 shots left. So 1.5, and it's aiming a little bit to the left. It's hitting a little left. Let's see.
728. 742. 740. 740.
Last bullet.
747.
Okay. All right. Bang that out a little bit. It's really tight. Okay. Spread was 19 feet per second so far. And we started at 728, and then we jumped pretty quick, or how did we do here? Let's see. It's was 738, excuse me. 738, 738, 742. No, we had one that was earlier than that. Okay. That's strange. I don't know if I like this new version of the Crony software. Take a little getting used to. It's still hitting a little left, so let's do this. Let's go back to the disc and see if I can get that more center and see if the velocity starts changing more. Well, that breeze is nice. It's warm today, guys. It is plum toasty. Now that's doing much better than it was when I first got it. Okay. That's not a bad group at 50. That's like all hitting a nice little spot there, isn't it? All right, so I'm going to go 1.5 mil, dead center.
740.
Okay. I'm going to bring it over a little bit. Okay, 1.5 mil, dead center.
745.
Let's try again.
745. 747. 749.
Okay, it's starting to come up.
745.
I'm going to finish this mag out there.
747. 749. 754. 761. 754.
Last bullet.
765.
Okay,
Empty magazine.
we are now into the 760s. So we started down at 730, we're in 760. Our spread's now 37. We are 24 shots in. It's going to take a while, I think, to get to the optimal. We are sitting right now at 240 bar. Yeah, I'm thinking once you find your sweet spot, maybe fill 5 or 10 bar over, and then that's where you're going to be. You're going to get a crap ton of shots. You're not going to be shorting yourself really, because I personally don't know if I want to try and guess on this holdover stuff. I think once I find my sweet spot, I'm going to fill to that, and that's what I'm going to do. So part of our testing is going to be find that sweet spot and then stick to it, because I think that's going to give you some great consistency. I'm going to move the camera down to 75. We're a little bit low on velocity for 75 yards, but I want to see how it's going to do anyway. I think I would really want to be 850 or so, 830 to 850 to really try and stretch it past 50 yards, but we're going to try it anyway. That's what testing's about, right? So I'm going to grab my spray can, go down and paint 75, move the camera. We'll come back, load the mag, and then see how we're doing. If it shoots good at 75, maybe we'll try it 100, but not going to promise that until we see how it does at 75. Be right back. Okay. Now let's see what kind of holdover we're going to need. I am guessing we're going to want to go to about 3, maybe 2.5. Let's try 2. No, it's definitely going to be more than that. 2.5.
756.
Yep, right there. Let's just keep that hold. 2.5 dead center.
754. 754. 756. 763. 761. 775. 763. 768. 772. 768.
Last bullet.
772.
Okay.
Empty magazine.
You can definitely start seeing it climb, right? So as the velocity goes up, and I did play with my holdover a little bit during that. So I wasn't like dead center 2.5 the whole time. I did play with like a third 3 mil holdover a little bit. But you can see it started to climb up. So as we're getting higher in the velocity, you're gonna, I think we're gonna see that hopefully just stabilize. With it shooting that well at 75, I want to try 100. I'm gonna go down, walk down again, take my spray paint, paint my targets at 100, set up the camera. We're gonna go for it. It's not like we're gonna run out of air, and I got plenty of pellets. We are at, oh goodness, 235 bar. I mean, we're sitting at 36 shots. I believe what I've seen sort of the reports being is this is like 180 plus or minus shotgun. So if we find that sweet spot and can get 100 shots, that's going to be really cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and try 100. Why not? And then we'll wrap up and I'll give you guys my first thoughts. First thoughts here, pulling the trigger on the Niksan Escalade T. Let me go get things moved around. I'll be right back. There's a lot of walking. Okay. Real quick, before we shoot our final 100 yards, I have been shooting this entire time with a 0 dB moderator. You can put a moderator on this. It's 1/2 UNF. I just wanted to see how the moderator would impact accuracy between moderated or non-moderated, and that's, I think, going to be like a whole nother video. Maybe I can get a whole like 5 or 6 different moderators and we can just run through this. Probably not going to happen anytime soon, although I know people will probably be really interested to see how that would work. So I will get a gun that's like super accurate, and then we'll shoot like bare, and then we'll start walking and see how the moderators impact sound and also accuracy and consistency. So I think that'll be a fun video, but we'll do that eventually. But that's why if you see the moderator on the end, doesn't come with that. I wanted to mention that that's extra, but that's a 0 dB moderator. I think it does a good job keeping this quiet. So it's a little bit, like a little teeny bit loud without it. Is it backyard friendly? I don't know. We'll have to get to the video, like the full review. We'll figure that out. Okay, 100 yards. I'm just going to shoot the steel plate, I think. Maybe I'll try the chicken. I don't know. But let's see. If we were at 3 at 75, maybe 3.5 at 100, maybe 4. I'm going to start with 4. I'm going to start with 4 mil over. Now, again, this isn't first focal plane, and this isn't a mil dot reticle. So when I say mils, I'm talking about hash marks. So forgive me, I'm using the wrong nomenclature there. So it's the SR2 Pro reticle, like I said earlier, on this Hawk scope. So you've got just like hash, half, hash, half, hash, half. So it's 4. I'm going to try. Let's see how we do. I'm going to aim dead center 4. Are we like, I'm trying, did I load the mag? I don't think I loaded the mag. I did not. We would not have been able to shoot anything. Let me load the mag. I'll be right back. 100 yards. Little breeze. Little baby breeze. Get in there. Okay. 100 yards, 10x on the scope. Okay. We're going to aim for 4 and see where she hits.
761.
Okay, low right. It's more like 4 1/4. I'm going to maintain that hold. Dead center 4.
761.
I can barely hear it.
770. 700. 70.
I don't know if it clicked the target.
768.
Okay, I'm definitely hitting right.
768.
Oh, it likes that bottom right corner.
775. 772. 777. 772. 772.
Last bullet.
770.
Empty magazine.
Okay. Okay, that, I mean, I'd have to, I can't see it really good from here, so we'll have to, you guys are going to see it, well, on the video. But if I was drilling, I heard it hitting. If I was drilling that little spot down there, that consistently, that's impressive. That's really impressive. If you can find the sweet spot on this rifle, and we're right now, we've had 48 shots, and we are at 20, 30, 230 bar. I mean, it's got a lot of gas in the tank, guys. Just a lot of gas in the tank. Yeah, yeah, I don't know what to say. We've got a lot of shooting left to do. We still, right now we're spread at 50. So I don't know where this is going to top out. I don't know where the top end's going to be, but I'm just going to keep shooting this as part of my testing going forward. I'm not going to put any more air in it. I'm just going to keep shooting it and see where in the pressure curve does this thing like flatten out. Because if we can get 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 shots, I don't know how many we're going to get, in like a plateau, holy moly. Just looking at that, this thing has some incredible potential. Now, so, like, all right, first thoughts out of the box, trigger time and all that stuff. Today's first day I've shot it. Okay. This isn't a budget gun. It's certainly not a high-end gun either. It's sort of a low middle. This is about a little over 700, or like 720-ish plus or minus at the time of shooting today. So it's not like super expensive, but it's not exactly budget either. Feature set. Yeah, I mean, the big feature set it's got is the doggone shot count. Yeah, extremely impressive. Looks, I like the way it looks. Trigger's pretty decent. I haven't touched the trigger, haven't done anything to adjust anything at all. We pulled a patchworm through it and took some shots. That's what we've done so far. We got a lot more work to do with this. And I'm super excited to see what Angie gets out of hers, because she's got the little bullpup elf. And yeah, so that's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see what she gets out of that. I know she was shooting it today, actually. But guys, that's going to be it for now. I know this is probably a really long video, way too long, I guess, maybe, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We shot at 50, 75, and 100 yards. And yeah, this has got a lot of potential. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can get out of her. I want to say thank you to those that have joined our Patreon channel, and also the Officers Club or the Airgun Army. Your support helps us do more videos that are outside our normal sponsorship. Buy product, acquire things that we can do independent reviews and studies on. So definitely want to say thank you for doing that. And yeah, hopefully the exclusive content and the early access ads-free stuff is useful to you. And as we get more stuff like articles and other things, maybe we can branch out even further. So I want to say thank you to all those that have supported us that way. For now, that's going to be it. I want to say thank you to Donny FL for hooking us, both me and Angie, up with these new air guns from Niksan. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll come back and watch more of it. That's going to be it for now. My name is Rick Utzer here with Airgunweb, your home for old school airgun reviews and where we tell you the facts, not fluff. Thanks for watching.